Barcelona is pushing Frankie de Jong to join Manchester United. Cristiano Ronaldo up for sale if at all Ten Hag really gets in another centre forward at Manchester United. Then we are talking lots of stories. Jammie Vardy linked to Manchester United, and the likes of James Garner put up for sale. Welcome to United Matters channel. How are you guys, and where are you watching us from? I go by the names of Rock and David. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to go into the lower right bottom corner and smash the subscription button. Plus smashing hit the notification bell that will enable you get notified each and every time we upload a video onto this channel. Smash the like button, guys. And Rock and David is my name. We are in onto this channel to bring you the first story of the day. We are sorry we are late, but obviously trust me, 3 videos, expect them to be up on this channel before you really go to bed, depending on where you are watching us from. So we know that we are really coming in from a weekend that was not good enough. The first 2 matches of United have been really embarrassing either for you. I don't know when you're going to break this cycle, but it's only God who knows, because United, things coming from United dressing room is in raptures. You get, it's a baptism of fire for Erik Ten Hag for his second game. So lots of things are not happening the way Ten Hag really wants them today, giving the players an off day today after making them run 13.8 kilometers yesterday. And he really said, all right, today you're going to have an off. So it looks like he's trying to tempt them into what he wants. But, you know, you can't turn a bull into a lion. So that's what you should know. So things going at Manchester United are not really rosy. But obviously, you know, amidst everything, we do what? We move on. So, guys, today, let's start off with this story of Jong. Now, today, I have a story coming in from Roger Taylor in there for you. He's really on Twitter, and he's verified. He works for Baka TV and Bein Sports. Has told us that Barcelona are pushing Frankie de Jong to accept Manchester United's offer because they look like this is something that they need to get in some more money. And Gerard Romero confirmed to us that their fifth lever should be selling Frankie de Jong. Obviously, they are trying to get in more money, putting Aubameyang at a price of 30 million euros from Barcelona to Chelsea. Then, if at all they sell Frankie de Jong at 75 million euros to Manchester United, plus 10 million euros of add-ons, meaning that they will have already collected in close to 120 million euros, some of the money that would be used to see to it that they really register Jules Koundé. And they are not so much in panic, but they want to register Jules Koundé. But stories coming in for Barca indicate that for them to register Jules Koundé, they have to go ahead and sell a player who goes by the name of Frankie de Jong, because he's earning astronomical wages, £450,000 a week. That's what he's supposed to be earning at a side which goes by the name of Barcelona. They've told him to really take a 50% pay cut. He's saying no. So, as things stand, Frankie de Jong is being pushed by Barcelona to join Manchester United. The Athletic has told us today United are still attempting to sign Frankie de Jong. Ten Hag's preferred focus in midfield has always been de Jong, but Declan Rice may yet return to the agenda next summer. So, United are still attempting to sign Frankie de Jong, and Barcelona pushing him to join Manchester United. But it was rumored to us last week that Ten Hag and de Jong are really going to have a face-to-face meeting this week, because the fact is that midfield of United really lacks a player like Frankie de Jong. That person who's going to get that ball from the back four and really pass it through the central axis, or give us what we call the reference point in the midfield. So we are lacking that player. Even when Eriksen was played there in the game of Brentford, it never worked out. We considered a goal because of that, meaning that the most important position of the field of play is the midfield, especially the central defensive midfield at United that is going to link play. Trust me, before that position is rectified at United, we aren't going to be playing any better. That's it. But my only blame to Erik Ten Hag is that why doesn't he trust a player who goes by the names of James Garner to give him a position or slot into that central midfield? And I've had a story today that has really shocked me a lot, that United are considering to sell James Garner on a permanent deal because they can't loan him to Nottingham Forest, and they are really looking at this as a sale that can get in more money because they fail to sell other players they have at Manchester United. It shows you how incompetent this board is. You can't sell Eric Bay, you can't sell Tuanzebe, you can't sell Brandon Williams, you can't sell Alex Telles, you can't sell Aaron Wan-Bissaka. You get close to 6-7 players we're having at United can't be sold. They can't be sold. That's the problem. And you know why the reason these players can't be sold? They are on ridiculous wages that we are giving them to the board. So this is something that United should go on and rectify as soon as possible, because if at all they don't, it's really going to backfire, and I don't know how they are really going to go upon it. But to me, the more it gets worse, the more the Glazers near their exit door out of Old Trafford. I think that's it. That's it. The more United gets worse, the more the Glazers get close to their exit door in there for you. Then we've been told by Jammie Jackson. Jammie Jackson is a United correspondent for The Guardian / Observer. He has told us that Frenkie de Jong remains Erik ten Hag's #1 target, and he also wishes to add a forward, with Ajax's Antony remaining of interest. Obviously, Antony came out yesterday and really hinted onto him being taken away by Erik ten Hag. I did that video, and I think you saw his reaction. But de Jong remains the marquee signing of Erik ten Hag. He wants him in that midfield, and he knows that whenever if at all he gets him, everything will go on to settle. The dust will settle, and obviously it will going to get to the levels of us playing better. I really believe that we have a good team. That's it. But before you settle problems in the dressing room, you have to first settle problems on the pitch. After solving problems on the pitch, then you'll get that mantle to really get players down, because you know that obviously my midfield is done, my team is getting wins now. Let me go to the dressing room issues. But even if you go in and settle the dressing room issues, when these players cannot come on the field of play and put in a shift that is required in every game, then you are set to fail. So I think this is what Ten Hag is all about, and he wants to get a player who goes by the name Frenkie de Jong. This story really excited me yesterday, coming in from Alex Crook. He works on TalkSport. He told us that I've heard Frenkie de Jong will be a United player by the Liverpool game. So another positive story coming in from Alex Crook, someone who has been a bit on point each and every time he really came out to say stories concerning United and other transfers in the for you. So it's really good to hear that some stories are really indicating that de Jong might be a United player, or is going to be a United player before the Liverpool game. And trust me, de Jong is 100% fit. If de Jong is here all by Thursday or Friday or Saturday, trust me, he's starting that Liverpool game on Monday. He's starting it because he's the solution. Him and Rabiot, you might find them and Rabiot into the double midfield pivot and Eriksen playing ahead of them. That's my predicted lineup if at all Rabiot and de Jong are confirmed as United players before Friday, all on Friday. That means they will train with the team on Saturday, and the manager will make his mind and really says, all right, Rabiot and de Jong, double midfield pivot. That's where we're going to play. Because you look at Liverpool, they're also having their own problems, but I believe they cannot expose them on the pitch. Alcantara out. Alcantara is one of the best players of Liverpool, especially in that midfield area, but he played close to 60 minutes. In the game they drew with Fulham, and he got out. So Frenkie de Jong coming to United is going to be another piece reliever, and I really believe that we are really going to be good to go. So Barcelona is pushing Frenkie de Jong to join Manchester United, and obviously that's the first story that we went into. This has really annoyed me, guys. I don't know if it's going to annoy you guys. United are considering a move for Jammie Vardy, but Leicester are reluctant to let him go. Can you imagine? From Anatovic, now we are on a player who got Jammie Vardy. To me, I don't believe this is going to work, and I don't think United can sign in Jammie Vardy. Some stories are put out there. I told you that after that loss of Brentford, very many stories are really going to be cooked up by the United PR team to really suffocate that humiliating defeat in the news. They need out of the news. That's why they are talking of Ronaldo, being sold, and very many other stories. Today, I've seen stories flow out constantly. Every United correspondent has been having a different story being reported by him. So that shows you how bad United really looks like as far as the administration is concerned, because they care so much on coming here, social media, and really putting out stories. But they care less on bringing in players. If the manager was 100% backed, we wouldn't have been here. Wouldn't have been here. Out of the 150 million pounds they promised the manager, plus every penny that is going to come from the sales to be added onto the 150 million pounds, nothing has been done. Only 60 millions have been spent, meaning that they're having another 90 million pounds and they've not spent it. And rumor has it that Erik ten Hag doesn't want United to go in for another expensive signing because it will really intervene that price or the buying of Frankie de Jong at Manchester United. So we are being linked to Jammie Vardy, something I don't believe. If it's true, then we are not a serious team. We aren't a serious team. To bring Jammie Vardy to United, I'd rather go in for Dennis, that guy that was playing for Watford last season, leading the line. You get? Because he's good, he will press, and he's good at finishing. He's skilled. But why should we go in for a Jammie Vardy? For a man who is going in his 40s, and you sign him to Manchester United, what are you really sending? What message are you really sending? We can't drop standards to this level. From the Anatovic mistake, we go into another mistake. That means we are bringing another player who we are going to give huge wages, and letting him out of this club is really going to be hard. That's it. That's it. All right, let's go for Kinacho. You get? Kinacho, who was at Man City, who is playing for them. At least I go for him, but why should I go for Jammie Vardy? Why should I go for Jammie Vardy? And you see, United will never get out of a market without signing an English player. They like signing English players. And now, I think they are into this fever of, all right, let's go in for another English player in this market. That branding is way past the era of this century that you are into. We should think like a different footballing team as the Man Cities. What Man City does, they only sign in great or proven. Sorry about that. They only sign in proven English players. John Stones, Kyle Walker, Calvin Phillips, Raheem Sterling, and Jack Grealish. That's what they do. So people like Phil Foden coming in from the academy, proven, he comes in through and you really see that he's really talented. So that's what Man City is doing. Let's just have young talent like the likes of the Savage, Ikbo, Shorashoretiye, those ones. If at all they are really good, the manager will easily integrate them into his team. But not to go in for Jammie Vardy, guys. Let's not go. That's a joke. That's a joke. And if at all it happens, I'll be so much surprised that we are in for Jammie Vardy. Seriously. So, Jason Bart, chief football reporter, correspondent for the Daily Telegraph and the Sunday Telegraph, has told us that United are beginning to grow tired of the saga surrounding Cristiano Ronaldo and his continued desire to leave the club. Then, the Mail Sport has told us there is a feeling that Cristiano Ronaldo's mood is having a negative effect on Manchester United's dressing room. All right. Then we've been told by The Athletic that The Athletic has been told of days where Cristiano Ronaldo eats lunch alone at Carrington while he has been seen flapping his arms about in training and attempting to argue against the high-pressing approach favored by Erik ten Hag. And then we've been told by The Athletic again that several sources close to United urge that Cristiano Ronaldo has been afforded greater levy than his peers and indulged beyond the contribution he is currently providing to the club. Oh my God. Then Ten Hag would be open to selling Cristiano Ronaldo, but only if United signs in another centre forward. So when you look at how things are really going at Manchester United, one, for the pressing, I agree with Ten Hag, because that game of Brentford, we conceded the first goal because of Cristiano Ronaldo. You get? He controls the ball, and he knows that he's not really good. He's not good in tight spaces, especially when he's having that ball. So he does not operate so much so much well in tight spaces, and he loses that ball. He falls down like he has been forward, and then that ball finds Mbeumo, and Mbeumo really hits the back of the net. So amidst Fred not playing his role of really standing into that space where that ball was passed, but it all starts from Ronaldo losing that ball. You get? Losing that ball, and after losing that ball, we concede. And again, David De Gea does a big howler. But it all starts with Ronaldo. So to me, I really believe that it's high time they let Ronaldo go and let us get another striker, and we find a way out for Cristiano Ronaldo. Because the more he spends time here, the more we are really going to have lots of stories coming out of the media. Because I know these stories are being put out that he's having lunch alone, that he flaps his hands around because the manager is telling him to press. So the problem at United is not only Ronaldo. There are very many problems, but Ronaldo is being used as a sacrificial lamb, as I told you. He's a sacrifice. He's being used as a sacrifice because they know when you put up a story of Ronaldo in the news that is negative, it's going to cover the news coming out of United after us losing to Brentford by 4-0. All these stories, I've never seen stories come out this much concerning United from their correspondents. You get? As today, we've lost, and so many stories are really coming in through about Ronaldo. So I believe Ronaldo is getting tired of the club. He doesn't want to be here. He doesn't want to play in the UEFA Europa League. He wants out. That's it. And the main reason of him leaving is obviously he is really a player who wants to play in the Champions League. Secondly, he can't press. He can't press. When the list of all the pressing forwards got out in the entire Europe, he came last. You get? He came last. So I think it's better Ronaldo got out of this club, because for the better of the two parties, for the betterment of the two parties, I really believe that he should really be sold. Yesterday they hinted about terminating the contract of Ronaldo, but it was really turned down by Manchester Evening News. You get? So I don't really see what Ronaldo is going to do us this season. That's it. Because the more time he spends at Manchester United, the more comedy and more negative stories are going to be coming out. You get? So I really believe that it's time he left. If I told him Ronaldo, I push for leaving and leave this club at that, because some people have a feeling that when he leaves, United will be better. So it's better he left and he went to his next step. Let him leave this club, because right now we are really into turmoil, and I don't know when United is going to bring in another striker for Ronaldo to leave, because Ten Hag is insisting that if United doesn't get him another striker, Ronaldo is not leaving. If they want Ronaldo to leave, they should provide another striker to him. That is Erik Ten Hag. That's why, by the way, Erik Ten Hag is going in for Cody Gakpo, because Cody Gakpo plays a lot as an inverted winger on the left. He can also lead this. He can also play centrally. That's why he really needs him. That he needs a more versatile forward player, and that is Cody Gakpo. So United look like, if at all they sell Ronaldo and they get like £15 million, you get, then you add it on the money that they have. I think they can get in Cody Gakpo at Old Trafford. Then Samuel Lucas, chief Manchester United reporter for the Manchester Evening News, he has told us that Cristiano Ronaldo's desire to leave has also contributed to a fraught atmosphere in the Manchester United first team squad, with some teammates hopeful he will leave as they believe the atmosphere would improve. So it looks like it's really boiling hot inside Manchester United, and we are waiting to see how everything is going to go on and happen. Samuel Lucas continue to let us know that sources close to Manchester United first team players say there was a huge dressing room argument at the club's Carrington training complex on Thursday. So it shows you that arguments have turned into arguments at Manchester United. You get? I don't know what is really happening at Manchester United. There is a breakout in the dressing room. Obviously, from the captain, because the captain does not deserve to be. I don't know why Ten Hag took that decision, but I backed him and I said, all right, let him give him a chance. When he fails, he will really change, because Harry Maguire, 29 years of age, he can't really command this club. After conceding that one goal, he had to come and tell his players, please, we are Manchester United. let's go and bully this team. Let's get a goal in the next 2 or 3 minutes. Because if at all United put up a very good attack, we would have done it. But even the captain is as dumb as a tomb. Very dumb. Very dumb. You get? He can't talk. You get? Because he knows that he's a suspect. How can a captain come here and really command a player to play very well when the captain is really one of the shittest players in the field of play? That's the problem we're having at United. So players like Harry Maguire should be really shown the exit door. And this is the reason as to why I'm complaining about Harry Maguire again. We've been told by Samuel Lucas that Erik ten Hag's decision to retain Harry Maguire as captain is not fully supported by the Manchester United squad, with a number of high professional players still skeptical of Maguire's rank and its privilege of a starting role. That's it. So, with the performances of Harry Maguire and with his slow pace, players are right. They are right. That's why Ralf Rangnick said that for him, he wanted to put up a vote. You get? He calls for people who are really interested in being the United captains, and a vote is taken from the players. Who do they want to be the captain of Manchester United? You get? Because that means the majority that is being voted by the players would have been the most loved and most seen as a good captain, and that means these players will listen to that person because they voted him and they inherited the entire trust in him. So that's why Rangnick was talking about. So let's wait and see how things are really going to unfold, but everything is really backlashing to the manager and a man who goes by the names of Harry Maguire. Now, yesterday's story came out that Barcelona is interested in Diego Dalot and Aaron Wan-Bissaka, but Fabrizio Romano has told us that Diego Camp have not been approached by Barcelona. He's appreciated internally, but there are no negotiations ongoing. As of now, Dalot is highly rated by Erik ten Hag, while Aaron Wan-Bissaka has always been considered available on the market. So Barcelona are really considering Diego Dalot, but I think he's not for sale. He's not for sale because we've not even got in another right back at United. But obviously he's not for sale and is here for keeps. That's what Fabrice has come out and really confirmed about this deal of a man who goes by names of Diego Dalot to Barcelona. So guys, thank you very much for watching. Again, smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. I go by the names of Rock and David, and this is the channel, United Matters channel. Your reaction to these stories: Barcelona pushing for De Jong to United, pushing De Jong to join United, then Ronaldo up for sale, United in for Jammie Vardy, another shocker that is really making rounds on social media platforms. I sign out for now. See you later. But smash the like button, comment and share. I'm out.